Good evening, good evening, good evening. Northwaitha. It is I, Farmer Ben, once again. You'll see that I'm just gathering up my stuff around my base because I haven't been playing very much today. My base is continuing much as it ever is. I'm currently upgrading 2 iron stores, as you can see. I currently have the second builder because I used some, I answered some online surveys to get me some Google Play points and so on and so forth. People have asked what I use. Curious Cat tends to be the one I use the most. Can be a bit frustrating at times. Sometimes you answer a load of questions and then it says, "We're not letting you have any money for this survey," or it's like a penny. But it can add up if you have a bit of time on your hands, and it's something you can do whilst you're in the middle of doing other things and whatever else have you. Which is the beauty of it, which is how I ended up doing it, and why I occasionally use the money to the money I earn from those online surveys to boost my base and stuff and whatever else I might need, whilst I can still feel hopefully like a free-to-play player, even though I know I'm stretching that rule a little bit. Excuse me. Right, anyway, now the main purpose on this video is this is a really, really tough one, and I was sort of sitting here looking at this and I was thinking, whoa, well, how am I going to choose my raid team? I've got a 4-star buff booster raid team. Now you'll see that these are my most powerful 4-stars on paper, but I don't really want to take them, or at least not all of them. You will notice as well that it says battles begin in 11 hours, whatever, but it's also this 5 colours, 4 stars buff boosting. Now that makes, for me, for a really, really tough challenge to choose a team. Normally, like if there's one colour that's missing, well, that helps me choose the colour of my tank. So for example, if you're not allowed reds, I'd immediately go for a green tank, because of course red is strong against green. Nothing else can be strong against green, so you can prevent people colour stacking against your tank, or at least reduce the effectiveness of it. Same goes, so that's normally, I actually find having one less colour to choose from really helps. This isn't the one with no healing, Bloody Battle. Whenever I do Bloody Battle, that means there's a load of heroes you can just opt out of. Somebody asked, do I ever take 3-star healers? And I must admit I don't. The main reason for that is most of the 3-star healers don't do a massive percentage amount of healing. The 4-star ones are quite a bit better. So I tend not to bother with them on the assumption that the amount of healing they do is often not really worth it. What's the other one? The Rush Attack. Well, with Rush Attack I tend to go for some of my hit-all heroes like Colen, who suddenly becomes really, really, really strong. So who am I going to go for? Well, I've been umming and ahhing about this. I've decided Bold Tusk is going to be my tank. Now the beauty of Bold Tusk, you can see here's my Bold Tusk. Can I see my Bold Tusk? No, because I've got to click out of here. So I've gone with Bold Tusk as a tank. Now Bold Tusk is a beautiful man. He's a beautiful, beautiful green-skinned man. He's got he puts up a boost, which is obviously the 48% attack. So that's a buff, which would then be boosted further by the game. Also, he has I've got some, not that many, but I've got some talent emblems on him up to this point. So he therefore has a 12% chance to revive when he's killed, and because he's a healer, that actually works incredibly well, because sometimes he dies, he's got full mana, he comes back, immediately heals himself and everybody else, and then puts on a buff as well. So I think he's quite a good option. Now, having chosen Bold Tusk, I will almost certainly put a blue next to him. I am going to go for Grim. Grim over Sonya. Yeah, Grim over Sonya, I think. And I'm going to put Proteus on this side. Now, Grim, you'll notice I put Grim on that side. The beauty of Grim is he lowers everybody's shield, which is a very useful skill. So he will reduce the shield power. And I put him on the left of the screen because it automatically, when computer AI is playing it, it'll work left to right. So it's worth putting heroes that way round. Now I am going to go for a multicolored team, I believe. So I am going. I'm going to chuck Wukong in here. Yeah, Wukong I think could be good fun for this. Wukong is a good booster. 4 stars, it is tough, it is tricky, and I've been umming and ahhing about this. I think I'm going to go for Buddy as my right flank. Now, Buddy, the downside with Buddy, I think he summoned enough minion for caster and nearby allies, which would ideally mean I'd put him between two people. Do I go for Buddy? No, actually, I'm not going to go for Buddy. I'm going to go for Caedmon, just as a sniper and a debuffer. I'm not going to rely too heavily on debuffers, but that's going to be my team. So we'll see how it goes. As I say, the general theory is Bold Tusk in the centre there. He's going to take a lot of damage and hopefully absorb it and then throw it back. Plus he boosts everybody else, which is really good on this kind of buff boosting tournament. Grim is to his left. Grim will hopefully go off before Bold Tusk and will reduce the enemy's armour. Also, it's nice to put a blue next to a red, because if you colour stacked, oh no, hang on, it'd be green, wouldn't it? Oh, scrap that. I was about to say if you're going with blue, then you want to put the weakest colour next to it, but actually that'd be green. So maybe what I'll do. Okay, I'm going to change things around a bit. Yeah, I'm going to change things around a bit. So, just thinking aloud as I'm going along. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap a few heroes about. Now, I'm going to put Proteus on the far left. I'm going to put Caedmon next to Bold Tusk, and I'm going to put Wukong in the corner. And the reason I put Wukong in the corner is, although he's lovely and does a lot of can make everybody do a lot of extra damage, he's also a bit of a risk. So like if Grim goes off, I'd want Grim to hit as many people as possible. So I'd rather he knocked their armor down and then Wukong goes off last. Yeah, so there we go. So that's it. Proteus was my sort of second choice for tank. I may regret not putting him as a tank. I'm not sure. Grim then to weaken, Bold Tusk booster and tank and damage absorber, Caedmon to hopefully occasionally debuff the enemy. It's also nice to put a green hero next to a red one, because obviously if your opponent is colour stacking against you, which most people do, then they will throw blues at Bold Tusk, which means that they are then weak against Caedmon and equal against Grim. So I'd never put two with the same colour together, is a sort of general rule of thumb, unless it's one of the tournaments where you can't take a colour. And then Wukong tucked away over in the corner. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, like I say, this is one I was really umming and ahhing and thinking about quite a lot. Yeah, my troops are all in there, they're all fine. Yeah, so it was one I was thinking about quite a lot, which is why I decided to do this video. It was just, I was wandering along going, what am I going to do? And when I think things through like that, sometimes it makes me feel like, oh, actually, maybe I can explain my the process of my thoughts as I'm going along. Hopefully this will have been some help to people, because like I say, it's kind of about like sharing ideas and whatever else have you. By all means, make a comment if you think, oh, hang on, Farmer Ben, I wouldn't have done that. I would have done X, Y, and Z, or you put the wrong hero there, or why didn't you use so-and-so? Bearing in mind, I'm fairly limited on some of the 4-stars I've got. I did wonder about, like, Wilbur as well. Wilbur's awesome. I mean, Wilbur's a good tank. But I'm going to go for Bold Tusk. I might regret this. Who knows? Anyway, so there we are. There's my rationale anyway. So, like I say, comments and anything else, gratefully appreciated. Remember to hit like and subscribe and the little bell icon and all the other things that YouTubers invariably tell everyone to do. It has been deeply, deeply emotional. Ooh, running out of battery. This is Farmer Ben saying, go away, battery saver. This is Farmer Ben saying, may death come swiftly to your enemies. Take care. Love you all. Bye.